Amazing. We are back and it's 37 minutes past 7, the perfect time for us to get down to the newspapers and see what is being reported. Of course, we know that everything that has been trending all round has been about Lagat, of course, and I see here the top page is Lagat cornered. Deputy Inspector General Elid Lagat has finally faced the Independent Policing Oversight Authority over the death of teacher and blogger Albert Ojwang nearly 2 weeks after public outrage erupted. Once flagged by top brass and IPOA bosses in a controversial show of unity, Lagat now finds himself on the defensive, grilled for hours as questions swirl over his role in the illegal arrest and brutal killing. And moving on, it says that without the uniform and crown that gave him legitimacy, Lagat looked subdued, just like what Ojwang may have felt in the hands of the officers he commanded. And this is a story covered on page 4 of the Standard. And I see June 7th here, giving us just a bit of a chronology of events that have been going on as far as Lagat is concerned. Albert Ojwang's arrest at his father's house in Kakoth, Homa Bay. He is booked at Central Police Station around 21:35 hours. June 8th, early hours, Ojwang found unconscious and pronounced dead at Mbagathi Hospital. Then June 10th, a post-mortem revealed severe physical assault, head trauma, neck compression, and soft tissue injuries. And then June 15, OCA Samson Talam and Constable Mukwana are charged separately. And we have now June 17th, DIG Elid Lagat steps aside. So that is the chronology of events that have been taking place since Albert Ojwang's passing. And moving on, I see 60 years in jail for Dusit D2 financiers. Despite using Bible verses to mitigate their sentence, the convicts did not convince the judge, who said they deserve to pay for the pain, suffering, and permanent scars that they have caused. And this is a story covered on page 12. Moving on, I see if the finance bill awaits Ruto's assent. There's a story covered on page 18 of the Standard. And Kenya in China finance deal, that's on the business page of the Standard. And moving on, I see that the Standard is also opening our eyes to quite a lot this morning, and it's just a follow-up on what Lagat, his case is all about at the moment. Of course, people were claiming that it is ideal for him to totally resign, but now he has been called to book, and now we wait and see what will be the verdict at the end of it all. Members of Parliament yesterday approved the Finance Bill 2025, moving it to the final stage, presidential assent by President William Ruto. That is what we are awaiting. And court detains police officers for 15 days over hawker shooting. And of course, still, that's the story that we are also following up on. When we saw these videos trending everywhere, there was so much rage and so much anger, especially in the hearts of so many people. But we are hoping that justice will be served as well. And, just reason why this even had to happen. I'm sure people have so many questions. Why was it necessary? Why did that have to happen the way it did? And that's a story that is covered on the Standard, and you can follow up on the same. Still on the Standard is covering government seeks additional 18.9 billion to fund shortfalls in the 2024-2025 budget. I also see Chirchir Gazette's new rules on drink driving, school vans. That's a story also covered on the Standard. And moving on, I see most importantly, it's good for us to talk about this. Today is actually World Sickle Cell Day. And I would love to read something here, that sickle cell disease, that is SCD, is not a curse. Today, which is the World Sickle Cell Day, let us raise awareness and let everyone know that sickle cell is a genetic blood disorder, and with early diagnosis, proper care, support, and love, people can live normal lives. And I believe it's important. And just to read through what this feature is saying, it is a genetic blood disorder where red blood cells become sickle-shaped and block blood flow. And I also see here that the preventive measures are, first of all, get an early diagnosis, prevent infections, stay hydrated also. It's important to stay hydrated, and of course advocate for better care. How you do that is by learning about sickle cell disease, raising awareness in your community. I think one of these fine days maybe we're going to cover something to do with sickle cell anemia. We know that it's really does cause a lot of pain in the lives of so many people, but then there's so much hope, especially with stories like this. One here is saying, every 4 weeks I receive 10 bags of donated red cells to replace my diseased sickle cells. In a year, 120 kind people give me the chance to be all that I can be. I cannot thank them enough. That is so amazing. You can imagine having to depend on so many, people just so you can live and keep moving. I believe it's not easy, and I believe it's important for us to raise awareness and support and help where we can. If you are blessed, with lots of blood, I mean, you can always take the chance and donate. And I see here that they're actually calling for people who would love to donate so that they can help save more lives. But that's it for the sickle cell anemia story. Let us move on. I see, why is he still in office here? I have no space to retreat and do not have the luxury to surrender. He says that is Ruto for you. People are still crying out, Ruto must go. But he's saying, I have no space to retreat and do not have the luxury to surrender. What is in it for him? Let's read. It says, the deputy president has gone rogue. He is the leader of government business when the president is not available. But scarcely has he led any government agenda lately. He is the number 2 in the pecking order of the country. Oh, sorry. I'm wondering, why are we talking about Rigathi? And I realized that from the page of the Daily Nation, actually, it's just giving us a backstory of what happened some years ago, back in 2021. But anyway, let us move on and look at what we have at the Daily Nation on this date, 20th of June. Yeah, so we see here the June 25 plans as Gen Z and activists gear up to mark the first anniversary of the deadly June 25th, 2024 protests that forced President William Ruto to withdraw a punitive tax bill and sack his cabinet. Security chiefs are working on a strategy they say will secure the demonstrators as well as other Kenyans and their businesses on Wednesday. Will they keep their word, or will it be yet another chaotic day of toxic tear gas, hired goons, violence, and death? We do not know, but we pray that this time things will be done differently. That's a story covered on pages 3, 4, 5, and also 6. Moving on, I see here at a glance, ready both ways. Police have laid out strategies to maintain law and order, whether the demonstrations are peaceful or if they turn violent. Personnel, hundreds of police officers to be deployed in Nairobi's central business district and other key areas. And I also see roads to be closed. Several roads have been earmarked for closure, with diversions expected to be announced. And also warning to goons, anyone attempting to infiltrate the demonstrations with criminal intent to face arrest. In the last protest, what was observed was that goons were doing whatever they want to do, but then police officers were just watching and doing nothing. So we hope that this time round, action will be taken. And I also see here, of course, former Chief Justice David Maraga has been really vocal about him running after the presidential seat. And he says, this is what I'll do if you elect me in 2027. He's saying former Chief Justice David Maraga says the fight against corruption, the restoration of the rule of law, and an end to impunity and police brutality will be top of his list should he be elected as the 6th president in 2027. In an exclusive interview with NTV on Wednesday night, Mr. Maraga urged Kenyans to move away from ethnic politics and resist any attempts to divide them along ethnic lines. He presented the 2027 presidential race as a contest between those who believe in the rule of law and those who have flagrantly violated it, even resorting to killing children like rats, which is very, very unfortunate. So we wish him all the very best, and we continue to observe and see, is he the man to bring change to our nation? We do not know, but we will definitely find out. May God lead us and order our steps, and go and vote. That's what I keep insisting on. It's important for us to exercise our democratic right. Scorecard: fulfill our promises to Kenyans, Ruto urges his cabinet, saying with pressure mounting over the cost of living, police brutality, and lagging public services, President Ruto said excuses would no longer be tolerated. He said transformation cannot wait for political comfort or a second term. If it can be done in 5 years, why do you want to do it in 10? He asked. So, of course, even as he leads by example, he says that they need to fulfill their promises to Kenyans. And quite a sad story here. She fled Somalia only to die by her lover's bullet. For Najma Athman, Bwana Musa settling in Kenya after fleeing war-torn Somalia was a relief. But on Monday, that life was cut short when her former husband, Shafi Swaleh, a national police reservist, shot her dead before turning the gun to himself. This is quite unfortunate. We need to keep praying for our nation, Kenya, and really, really, really interceding for the people of our country. And that's it for the Daily Nation, the Standard. You can grab a copy of your favorite and also just get to be on the know about what is happening, what is trending. And tune into Hope FM. We have news at the top of every hour as well. Right here on Hope TV, we have Dira at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. we have News Watch. And right about now, allow me to now have a look at the video of the day. We'll come back and talk about it.
Black Sheep